Yes, people, it's creamslice. Welcome back. I just want you to focus on this gameplay loop for a second. Here we are in a solo grandmaster and just look at the fun we are having. I tested this strand hunter build vigorously in master lost sectors first before attempting this first part of this week's GM. Honestly, this strand hunter build is nothing less than broken. I don't mean to use buzzwords, but trust me, when you try it out for yourself, you will be just amazed as I was. So we have infinity threaded spikes that sever enemies, leading into tangles. We have shackle grenades to stun champions and for amazing crowd control. We have infinity threaded specter, which creates a strand clone and takes aggro, so we can reposition ourselves to pick up orbs, to pick up tangles, and when our strand clones detonate, they create tangles, and all of our tangles turn into these ever so fantastic strand blades thanks to Whirling Maelstrom, which we can have up a few at one time. This will unravel enemies, also dealing crazy damage, and that's just the base of the build. Then we can add our fragments and our mods to truly create the perfect endgame strand hunter build. All I ask from you guys is a quick drop of a like on the video. Thank you for watching. As always, let's go. Also, if any of you guys are interested in grabbing some discounted gift cards, check my link below. Go check out AOA online. The first aspect we are taking is threaded specter for our survivability card. Activating our dodge creates a strand clone, which now has been buffed to take more aggro, which in turn allows us to revive teammates if we are running grandmasters, reposition ourselves for healing, or even if it's just to pick up orbs of power or tangles without being detected. Also, when our strand clone detonates, it's going to cause unravel and also send out threadlings to deal increased damage. The next aspect we are taking is Whirling Maelstrom. Destroying tangles weaves a violent Beyblade of strand which seeks out enemies, damaging them, also sending out dangerous unraveling projectiles. In between using the threaded specter and Whirling Maelstrom, we are adding a few threaded spikes in between to sever our enemies and turn them into tangles. The threaded spikes melee got buffed last season. It now does roughly about 30% more damage. Also, when you sever enemies with it, it's going to reduce their damage output as well. As for the gameplay loop, it's really simple, so effective, and it generates tons of unraveling, severing and tangles. So how you want to start this build off, you're going to get a melee kill, you're going to create a tangle, you're going to shoot the tangle, it's going to create Whirling Maelstrom, you want to throw a shackle grenade in between to suspend enemies. Dodging is going to take away your aggro and proceed to destroy any tangles that you make, clearing the entire battlefield, unraveling everything in the process. As for the fragments, we have Thread of Warding for a 55% damage reduction on Orb of Power pickups. We are taking Thread of Continuity for increased duration for our Suspend, Unravel and Sever effects, which we benefit from all three with this build. We are taking Thread of Evolution. Our threadlings that we create through Threaded Spectre are going to do 30% extra damage when the clone detonates. Then lastly, we are taking Thread of Generation for increased grenade energy when we deal damage. You can totally interchange some of these fragments to fit your playstyle. The exotic I chose to pair with this build had to be the 6th Coyote, giving us an extra dodge charge. This ensures that we always have an aggro free get out of jail card in our back pocket. Obviously in harder content, taking aggro and relieving yourself from aggro leads to better repositioning, picking up orbs. For our primary, we are abusing none other than the Monte Carlo or Infinity Threaded Spike melee charges, which will in turn unravel and sever. As you have noticed from the gameplay, we are always throwing a threaded spike to suspended targets just for that insane unravel. As we get into the armor mods for the build, on the helmet we are running 2 hands-on mods for insane super cooldowns and 1 kinetic siphon for creating orbs of power with Monte Carlo. On the arms we have heavy-handed. Our powered melee kills create orbs of power as well. Altering detonation for class ability energy when we use our grenades, and we are taking focusing strike for class ability with melee hits. On the chest piece we have emergency reinforcements for extra damage resist when our shields are broken. On the boots we have absolution for all ability cooldown. We are running elemental charge for armor charges when we destroy our tangles, and recuperation or health on orb pickups. And lastly, on the cloak we have 1 outreach mod. We are rocking a Reaper mod, so when we are constantly creating our strand clones, you're going to get a weapon kill. It's going to create an orb of power that way as well. And then we have powerful attraction. Anytime we dodge the orbs of power, we're going to pick them up automatically. You could change it up for the primary if you wanted to. You could swap out Monte Carlo for the goon, as we call it here on this channel, aka Quicksilver Storm. It just depends on your play style. Also, it's going to slow down the melee loop of the build. This build doesn't require anything from the artifact. I try to make our builds so we don't rely too much on that, so this build will still be amazing come season 23. Let me know what you guys think of the build. As always, thank you for your support. I'm creamslice. Peace.